Welcome to another episode of Remember the Great Sports Pickup Videos. Today I'm going to share with you something that I was watching on eBay. I put a bid on it and I won it. And this is amazing what I'm about to tell you after I figured out the signatures that were on here. First and foremost, I knew this autograph was on there, which is why I bought it. And this is a mini basketball. This is not a full-size basketball, as you can see from the palm of my hand, and it's lost a little bit of air. But this is not a full-size basketball. My hand is not that big. But this is a mini basketball, which almost looks identical to that exact replica with the David Stern Spalding, which I almost wish I knew where you could buy these because these are freaking awesome. Anyways, this is signed by Dikembe Mutombo himself. No. This is actually signed right here below the NBA logo by Hall of Famer Dikembe Mutombo of the Denver Nuggets. Also on the auction listing, the seller said it's also signed by point guard Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, also known as Chris Jackson. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf's autograph isn't the best on here. You know, the Mutombo is much more bolder. My guess is after Mutombo signed, he signed it so hard that there wasn't a lot of ink left for Mahmoud to sign. No, that could be. But you can tell that Darnell Mee also signed it, probably in the same Sharpie that Mahmoud signed it. And actually, Darnell Mee, this was very helpful because this helped me figure out what time period this was, because Darnell Mee only played a couple years with Denver. So my theory is this was somebody's fan project, you know, from the early 90s, because there's a couple signatures from the 93-94 team, there's a couple signatures from the 92-93 team, you know, on down the list, and this is when the Nuggets really kind of got on the map with Mutombo. So some of the other signatures on here, and one of them I'm going to tell you is an absolute pleasure and surprise, and then I'm going to tell you what I paid for this. So another one is Mark Macon, right above the logo here. And if you know who Mark Macon was, he was a first-round pick of the Nuggets. We'll come back to that one. Again, I apologize because it's a little flat, but this is Rodney Rogers, who is also a first-rounder for Denver. And from what I can tell, this is Scott Hastings that signed this, and Scott Hastings was kind of a journeyman, you know, backup player for the Nuggets for a couple seasons. You know, played for like the Pistons and a couple other places before the Nuggets, but I think that's Scott Hastings, Rodney Rogers, and the final one that I'm going to show to you, that this was just, my jaw dropped when I figured out whose autograph this was. This is Brian Williams himself, also known as Bison Dele. If you don't know who Brian Williams is, he was a very good player in college, very important part of the Nuggets early in his career, but also went on to become part of the Chicago Bulls that won their championships. Partway through his career, Brian changed his name to Bison Dele. Now, why this is so rare is Mr. Williams has disappeared. If you don't know the story of Bison Dele, I definitely recommend Googling it and reading about it. But it was suspected that Bison's brother killed him and threw his body out to sea, which I don't want to talk about that graphic detail stuff on my channel, but having an autograph from Brian Williams is a super rare thing, especially since the latter part of his career he was signing Bison Dele. So to find a Brian Williams autograph on anything is like a super rare feat. Now, again, the seller did not know who that was. As a matter of fact, he didn't even take a picture of that autograph. I had no idea that that autograph was on this ball until I opened it up and saw it out of the pack. These were the pictures that I saw with the Dikembe Mutombo, and again, I just love that signature of Dikembe. It is a nice, bold, black signature. Unfortunately, the Mahmoud autograph wasn't as great, but you know, you live and you learn. But Like I said, a very, very cool item. This is, I'm going to put a little more air in this and, display it a little bit better than just throwing it in a box. But to get Dikembe and to get Bison Dele's autograph is just amazing. So tell me what you guys think. I paid $15 shipped for this to my door. I only paid $15. That's it. For a Hall of Famer on a mini basketball. And one of the rarest basketball autographs from the 90s. And it's rare simply because Bison has disappeared. Or Brian Williams. So, tell me what you think. Look forward to your comments below. And as always, happy collecting.